Man, listen, I seen the whole little situation going on. First off, you gotta understand where King coming from. That's his mama, man. You can't be out here playing with a man mama and think it's just gonna be rappers rapping. King of YN, he got that fire in it. And he let it be known he ain't going for none of that. He was on that live hollering, and not going.
The long-standing tension between T.I. and 50 Cent seems to be heating up again. And this time, it's looking more intense than ever. Watch this video all the way through, because we're about to unpack everything step by step. What's unfolding right now isn't just another headline from the rap world. It's a story built on years of rivalry, pride, and unresolved competition that's suddenly back in motion. According to fans and online reports, both artists have been making subtle moves that hint at something deeper behind the scenes. The tone feels sharper, the messages sound bolder, and the public energy between them is impossible to ignore. This isn't just about music anymore, it's about legacy, respect, and who really runs the conversation in hip-hop right now. What you're seeing unfold right now isn't something that started yesterday. It's a long-running rivalry resurfacing in a very public way. Anyone who has followed hip-hop culture over the years already knows there's history here, so there's no need to revisit every past moment. But recently, the situation appeared to take a sharp turn that grabbed a lot of attention online. During a live stream, a member of T.I.'s family spoke out and didn't seem to hold back. In the video, he addressed 50 Cent directly and referenced past issues involving his mother, and viewers quickly noticed how personal the tone felt. According to clips circulating on social media, the comments didn't come across as promotional or industry-driven. They sounded emotional and direct. For those just catching up, the background reportedly involves previous public exchanges and long-standing tension between both camps. While details continue to be discussed online, it's clear that this moment added a new layer to an already complicated dynamic in the spotlight. A few weeks ago, the tension between 50 Cent and T.I. appeared to flare up once again. According to social media posts at the time, 50 publicly referred to T.I. as a rat and suggested he had cooperated with authorities in the past, an accusation that carries serious weight in hip-hop culture. Even being labeled that way can impact how an artist's legacy is viewed, and fans immediately reacted to the claim. T.I. responded quickly during a live stream where he denied the implication and stated that he had information about 50 that could potentially harm his public image if shared. Viewers described the exchange as intense and far from playful back and forth. It reportedly felt like a genuine dispute rather than simple entertainment. After that, things seemed to quiet down. The posts became less frequent, the live stream stopped, and it looked like the situation might have settled. But recently, the conversation resurfaced when 50 shared posts involving Tiny on social media, which many observers interpreted as public trolling. At that point, fans began saying the situation had shifted into more personal territory, adding another layer to an already complicated rivalry.
Now what you gonna do about that? That's that energy when you feel like somebody disrespecting your blood. Now look at what started it. You got 50 Cent posting pictures of Tiny on his Instagram, trolling her, telling people to keep his name out their mouth. 50 been a menace on the internet since the internet started. We know how he do. But King took it to a whole.
After those posts circulated, King Harris returned to Instagram Live, and viewers quickly noticed that his tone sounded even more intense than before. In the live stream clip shared online, he openly criticized 50 Cent and used strong language to defend his mother's name. According to people who watched the broadcast, he made it clear he didn't appreciate what he saw as public disrespect toward his family. At that point, many fans began saying the situation had moved beyond music and into personal territory. When family members speak out publicly, the conversation often takes on a different weight, and this moment appeared to do exactly that. Boosie later shared his thoughts on the situation. In his response, he suggested that King Harris may not have handled the situation in the best way, and reminded viewers that 50 Cent is widely recognized as a successful entrepreneur and influential figure in entertainment. Boosie also speculated that outside influences could be shaping King's reaction, though that claim remains unverified. His comments added yet another layer to an already complex and highly public exchange. That reaction only intensified the online conversation. Now, fans across social media are debating bigger themes like respect, influence, loyalty, and ego all at the same time. The discussion has clearly grown beyond a simple disagreement and turned into a broader conversation about boundaries in the public eye. Many people acknowledge that building a business empire and maintaining long-term success in the entertainment world is an achievement that often earns admiration. However, others argue that public respect is mutual. According to online reactions, once personal family members are mentioned or featured in posts, Especially in a critical or mocking way, emotions can escalate quickly. Some viewers also pointed back to earlier comments, including the use of the term rat, and said that language like that can carry serious weight in hip-hop culture. Observers note that disputes between two established artists are often viewed as professional rivalry shaped by competition and history. But when relatives become part of the public narrative, the tone of the conversation appears to shift, adding another layer of sensitivity to an already tense situation. Within hip-hop culture, many fans believe there is an unspoken boundary that shouldn't be crossed. Artists may challenge each other's credibility, question business moves, or debate past decisions, but bringing someone's mother into the spotlight is often viewed as a different level entirely. According to online discussions, that shift is part of why this situation feels heavier than previous exchanges between the two camps. Observers say this is no longer being framed as just T.I. versus 50 Cent. Instead, it appears to involve family pride, long-standing tension, and the amplifying effect of social media commentary. When respected artists with established legacies are involved, every post and live stream tends to attract intense public scrutiny, adding emotional reactions and public trolling, and the conversation can quickly spiral into something much bigger than music. Now the debate circulating online centers on one key question. Was King wrong for speaking out publicly? Or was he responding in a way he felt was necessary to defend his family? As reactions continue to pour in, opinions remain sharply divided. Some fans are now asking whether 50 Cent was simply engaging in his usual online trolling style, or if he knowingly tested a boundary aware of the reaction it might spark. 50 has long been recognized for understanding media attention, shaping public narratives and turning controversy into visibility. According to industry observers, that strategic approach has been part of his brand for years. However, even with that reputation, many people online argue that certain topics carry deeper cultural meaning, and hip-hop rivalries and lyrical competition are often seen as part of the tradition. But respect for someone's mother is frequently described as a line that holds special weight within the culture. Commentators say that once that boundary is perceived to be crossed, the tone of the exchange can shift dramatically. So now the conversation continues across social media platforms. Was King out of line for responding publicly, or was he acting on personal principle as he saw it? Opinions remain split, and the debate shows no signs of slowing down anytime soon. As clips continue to spread online, more commentary surfaced from blogs and hip-hop forums discussing Boosie's reaction in detail. According to posts circulating on social media, Boosie appeared visibly frustrated while addressing the situation. He reportedly questioned why King Harris would directly challenge someone as established as 50 Cent in such a public way. In his view, experience and status in the industry matter, and he suggested that younger voices should move carefully when stepping into long-running rivalries. Forum users quickly began debating Boosie's stance. Some agreed, saying he was speaking from a place of industry wisdom and trying to prevent the situation from escalating further. Others felt his comments overlooked the emotional side of the situation, especially when family is involved. Screenshots and short video clips fueled even more discussion, with fans analyzing every word and facial expression like it was a championship match breakdown. What stood out most was how split the audience became. On one side, people emphasized strategy and long-term positioning in the music business. On the other, supporters argued that personal respect outweighs industry hierarchy every time. In several online threads, fans pointed out that Boosie has his own history of speaking boldly on public matters, which made his criticism of King even more interesting. Some users suggested that Boosie's comments were less about taking sides and more about warning against emotional reactions in the digital age where everything lives forever. Once something is said on live, it spreads fast and becomes part of the record instantly. Others interpreted Boosie's tone as protective of hip-hop's older generation. They argued that artists like 50 Cent built reputations on calculated moves, media awareness, and timing. From that perspective, stepping into a public exchange without a long-term plan could backfire. That angle sparked serious debate about generational differences and how conflict is handled online versus behind closed doors. Meanwhile, supporters of King continue to defend his response. They claim that when it comes to family, there is no pause button and no PR strategy. It is about immediate loyalty and standing firm. The culture conversation was growing bigger than the original posts themselves.
Different level of disrespect because he felt like 50 was trying to play his mama like she wasn't a legend. King was on there telling whoever he was talking to, presumably 50 or whoever siding with him, talking about your mama dead. Go dig that bitch up. That's some heavy, dark shit to be saying. Telling a to go put flowers on a grave or dig them up.
As the back and forth gained traction, Entertainment commentators began framing the situation as a clash between calculated branding and emotional authenticity. On one side, 50 Cent's reputation for sharp online humor and strategic trolling was highlighted. Analysts noted that he has often used controversy to stay at the center of attention, and many believe he understands exactly how digital waves move. On the other side, King's response was described by supporters as raw and unfiltered. They argued that social media has changed the rules, giving family members direct access to speak without waiting for interviews or press statements. That shift in power dynamics adds a new layer to how disputes unfold in public view. At this point, the conversation is no longer just about one post or one live stream. It has evolved into a broader debate about respect, hierarchy, generational mindset, and how far online commentary should go. And judging by the nonstop reactions across platforms, this story is still developing in real time. As the situation kept trending, longtime hip-hop fans started revisiting past interviews and old clips to piece together the bigger picture. On several forums, users pointed out that tension between major artists rarely disappears completely. It just goes quiet for a while. Some commentators suggested this latest flare-up may be rooted in years of competitive energy, even if it only recently resurfaced online. The history adds weight, and people are definitely feeling that. At the same time, media blogs began tracking engagement numbers. Posts related to the situation were pulling serious views, reactions, and reposts across multiple platforms.
To find a better picture. King really out here feeling like his family is on a different ball game. He said it himself. Don't never think you can get on this level and you can compete with us. He feels they got a different type of respect. But man, when you start talking about people's deceased parents, you crossing a line that's hard to come back from.
Analysts noted that in today's attention economy, even indirect comments can spark massive waves. Every caption, every emoji, every pause on live gets examined like evidence in a case file. What's clear is that this is no longer a small corner of the internet debate. It has turned into a full-blown culture moment, with fans choosing sides and defending their stance with passion. Another angle people are discussing is how quickly narratives form online. Within hours, short clips were edited, reposted, and framed with bold captions that shaped how viewers interpreted the exchange. Some fans argued that context can get lost when moments are reduced to 30-second highlights. Others insisted that tone alone said everything that needed to be said. Digital creators also weighed in, breaking down body language, word choice, and timing. According to several commentators, when someone with 50 Cent's media experience posts something, it is rarely random. Meanwhile, supporters of King emphasize that emotional responses are human, and not everything needs to be calculated like a chess move. This clash between strategy and emotion has become one of the most talked about elements of the entire situation. It is not just about what was said, but how and why it was said. There is also a broader generational conversation happening underneath all of this. Older fans often talk about handling disputes through music or private conversations, while younger voices are more comfortable addressing issues instantly through live streams and direct posts. That difference in approach is creating friction all by itself. Industry observers say social media has erased the waiting period that once existed. Back in the day, artists might respond on a track or in a scheduled interview. Now reactions happen in real time with thousands of viewers watching live. That pressure can amplify emotions and raise the stakes instantly. As debates continue across timelines and comment sections, one thing stands out: the culture is watching closely. Every move is being analyzed, every statement dissected, and the conversation keeps evolving with each new post that drops. As more reaction videos popped up, influencers and podcast hosts started breaking the situation down from every angle. Some framed it as a lesson in media awareness, pointing out how quickly a single post can shift the entire spotlight. Others described it as a reminder that in hip-hop, pride and public image still carry serious weight. Every move feels amplified when millions are watching. Forum discussions also highlighted how branding plays a role in conflicts like this. 50 Cent is widely known for sharp humor and calculated online moments, while T.I.'s sayings were associated with standing firm on respect and principle. When those two energies collide, sparks are almost guaranteed. It becomes bigger than one comment. It turns into a clash of styles and philosophies. Fans continue dissecting timelines, comparing screenshots, and debating intent. In today's digital era, perception can move faster than facts, and once a narrative forms, it spreads at lightning speed. Another layer to the situation is the business side of visibility. Marketing experts have pointed out that controversy often drives engagement, and engagement drives relevance. That doesn't mean every move is strategic, but it does mean high-profile names understand how attention works. When influential figures exchange words publicly, the algorithm pays attention too. At the same time, supporters of King argue that not every response is about branding. Some say his reaction appeared emotional and protective, not promotional. That difference in interpretation is what keeps the debate alive. Is this calculated momentum, or is it personal defense playing out in real time? People online cannot seem to agree. The mix of legacy status, family loyalty, and digital amplification has created a situation that feels layered and complex. It is not just one issue, it is multiple tensions colliding at once. Comment. Sections across platforms are now filled with strong opinions from both sides.
He telling 50 to put the music up and stop playing. If you ask me, it's a mess. You got the South Prince, in a way, T.I.'s son, going at a billionaire mogul who literally built an empire off being the biggest bully in the industry. King told him straight up, you better tie y'all motherfucking shoes.
Some users emphasize hierarchy and experience, arguing that navigating public disputes requires patience and long-term thinking. Others push back, saying respect should never be measured by status or years in the game. That back and forth has turned timelines into full debate stages. Observers also know how quickly public sympathy can shift. One clip can tilt the conversation in one direction, and the next post can swing it right back. In a matter of hours, the narrative can flip completely. That unpredictability keeps everyone locked in and watching closely. What makes this moment stand out is how many layers are involved: reputation, generational differences, media strategy, and personal boundaries all blending together. The situation keeps evolving with every new reaction that surfaces online. Now, industry insiders are quietly watching how both camps move next. In situations like this, silence can be just as powerful as a response. Some commentators believe that stepping back could cool things down, while others think another post could easily reignite everything. When high-profile names are involved, even a simple caption can shift the mood instantly. On hip-hop forums, users are analyzing past rivalries to predict what might happen next. They point out that public disputes often follow patterns. Tension rises, reactions explode, then either a truce forms or the rivalry evolves into something bigger. No one knows which direction this will take, but the anticipation alone is keeping engagement high. What stands out is how strategic timing plays a role. Every move now feels deliberate. Whether it's a post, a live stream, or total silence, people are watching for the next signal like it's a chess match unfolding in real time. Let's also talk about how this moment reflects the changing nature of celebrity culture. Years ago, statements were filtered through interviews and press releases. Today, artists and their families can speak directly to millions with one tap. That direct access creates raw, unedited moments that feel more personal and sometimes more intense. Supporters on both sides are doubling down. Some argue that calculated humor is part of entertainment and should not be taken too seriously. Others insist that once family is mentioned, it stops being just content and becomes something deeper. That cultural divide is fueling passionate reactions across timelines. The speed of social media means there's little time for reflection before opinions form. Within minutes, hashtags trend, clips circulate, and commentary spreads across platforms. The pressure of that spotlight can magnify every emotion involved. Meanwhile, digital creators are turning the situation into full breakdown segments, analyzing tone, word choice, and even pauses during live streams.
Y'all don't know who the fuck y'all with. That's bold. That's that I'm not raised like that talk. He's standing on business for his mama because he views her as a legend and won't let nobody, not even 50, treat her like a chase. It's a wild time in the game, man.
Every detail is being examined as if it holds a hidden meaning. That level of scrutiny shows just how invested the audience has become in this storyline. Some fans are calling for private conversations to resolve the tension, suggesting that not everything needs to unfold. Others argue that public disputes are part of hip-hop tradition and reflect the competitive spirit that built the culture. That split in perspective keeps the debate alive and intense. At this stage, the situation represents more than a disagreement. It highlights how reputation, pride, and modern media dynamics can collide in unpredictable ways. And with millions still watching, any next step could instantly reshape the entire narrative. At this point, the spotlight is brighter than ever, and the next move could change everything. Will things cool off behind the scenes, or are we about to see another round of public responses? With reputations, pride, and public perception all in play, every post from here on out will matter. One caption, one live stream, one subtle message could shift the entire direction of this story in seconds. Fans are still divided down the middle. Some believe this is strategic media chess from seasoned veterans who understand attention better than anyone. Others feel this is about personal boundaries and standing firm when family is mentioned. So what do you think? Was this calculated trolling, emotional defense, or a mix of both? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this debate is far from settled. And if you want real-time updates, layered breakdowns, and unfiltered analysis on moments like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. This story is still developing, and you already know we'll be watching every move closely.